the perfect autumn read. This is not my tale, this is Olivia's tale. Hi everyone, welcome to our next Sweater Weather Readathon vlog. And today we are featuring the book Pumpkinheads, and that is by Rainbow Rowell. So yeah, I have been writing notes as I've been going. So we have Deja and Josiah, and they're both friends. They are working at a pumpkin patch, and it just looks like the most loveliest place ever. There's pumpkin patches, a s'mores pit, and just the most wonderful Halloween goodies imaginable. So Josiah and Deja are about to go off to college, and this is going to be their last Halloween working at this pumpkin patch together, and they want to commemorate it somehow. So the main goal of the book is, one, to have the best Halloween ever, and they want Josiah to run into a girl, the Fudge Girl. Olivia's excited. So essentially they do whatever they can to find her. They go across the pumpkin patch, and a few things I am loving right off the bat. So I love the map, and I think that the illustrations are just so like colorful and warm and autumny. I love Deja. One of the quotes I love so much so far is, "Friends don't let friends live small lives." All of the goodies just make me so hungry for Halloween treats. And I have just been introduced to something called a pumpkin bomb. Let me know in the comments if you know what that is. A pumpkin bomb is a vanilla ice cream between two wedges of pumpkin pie on a stick dipped in chocolate. Delicious. Now I am doing reading sprints at the same time that I am vlogging, so I'm going to return to those reading sprints. I'm on page 92 of 212 of Pumpkinheads, and yeah, I am loving it so far. Really enjoying it. And I don't know, I kind of feel at this point that something is brewing between Deja and Josiah, but we'll see what happens.
Come a little closer, I wanna dance with you. Everything's moving slower, I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
Okay everyone, so I am going to give you my final opinion on the book Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. Okay, I did write quite a few notes, so let's just go through the different points that I absolutely loved about this book. So based off the title, you know this is going to be a rave review. I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. I think that it is accessible. I think that so many people should read this. And it fulfills every single one of the sweater weather reading prompts. So technically, I have completed the sweater weather readathon prompts. But we're still gonna try and fit some of my books in from that TBR game that I did, which I'll link above. So some of our favorite things about this book. This is not my tale, this is Olivia's tale. We loved the story. We thought it was just really cute. Friends, basically friends that are coming together, that get together once a year during like the Halloween October month, working at this pumpkin patch together, and they've only been able to see each other as friends. But you learn a little bit more about that like after. Okay, we have Josiah, who really wants to talk to this girl named Marcy. He thinks of her all the time. She is another worker at the pumpkin patch, and he has a really big crush on her. And Deja's mission is to help Josiah, who seems to lack the initiative because of reasons. He thinks that if something is meant to happen, then it will happen. There's themes of like fate versus like intervention. Deja, she thinks more about intervention. That if you want something, you just kind of go out and try, and if that doesn't work, then at least you tried. Whereas Josiah believes that things that are meant to be will be. and so why try to interfere with fate? Now, in this graphic novel, you see what is the result of fate. And I get the impression that the author really feels that we should be nudged. That perhaps there are elements of fate. However, we need to really kind of go out there and get what we want out of life. There's a lot of fun elements in this book. They go through corn mazes. There's a goat that chases them. Someone keeps taking all their treats, you know. There's a lot of action in this, and I was here for all of it. I loved all of the snacks, all of the things with this book, and I think that it is the perfect autumn read, especially if you're not a fan of the spooks. This is just cozy and fun and, you know, a bit adventurous and just lovely. And it is a YA contemporary graphic novel. So if you haven't read it yet, I'm gonna try and post this before the month is up, but really I think that you can read this book kind of anytime. You can read it during autumn when you want to feel those feels and you're experiencing them in life, or you can even read it in December, in the summer, when you want autumn to come to you in a month that just is not autumn. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me for Pumpkinheads. I will meet you in the next vlog where we are going to be discussing book 3. And you know, I'll just say one word, Oprah. I'm gonna be talking about Oprah and the wisdom of Sundays. We are going to see what speed reading a book on personal awakening is going to be like. Let me tell you, I've started it and yeah, it's a ride. It's a ride. Okay, thank you for joining me. See you then. Bye.